I'm sorry. I had to do that. I had to do that. If I get on this channel, I have to do this. Very, very unexpected, everybody. Thank you for coming over to the channel and checking it out. I switched over to my phone. That's why it took so long. Normally, I'm just on my laptop. But thank you for joining me. I don't know what's going on, but Pigskin Pete is our boy. And family comes first. I'm a huge family guy. A lot of people recently is asking me why haven't you been posting so much? Because I've been working a lot and been spending time with my family. So I hope the very best for Pete. Pete's our boy, and dude, I'm thinking about you, and I hope everything's cool, man. I'm praying for you. So let's just go ahead and jump right into this. Let's talk about it. So we got to. I can't believe this, because earlier today when he sent this over to me, I was like Phil Steele. When Athlon Sports puts out a top 25, I'm sitting there going, which this year wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad. There's been a lot. Last year's Athlon Sports, I felt like they were just like, hey guys, we're supposed to put together the magazine and it's supposed to be on shelves in 6 weeks from now. We forgot. And they just threw it together. This year's was much better, but I always look forward to Phil Steele's book. You know what I'm saying? I really do. And guys who, I'll speak for myself. I really use that book a lot. Because, quite honestly, I don't know that much about a ton of other teams. Clemson Carson's right. Brian Knight kidnapped Bobby Dirkens and stole his YouTube channel. Slim Shady's in here. May there to you. Tiger Nation, my buddy over there. We're going to make fun of some old people like the SO. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Another story for another time. But I just can't believe. I'm real. It was like after 1 through 4, it went from believable to his wife left him, didn't she? She left him, right? Please say she did. That he would have some of these rankings, and I'm with Pete. I kind of feel like we're just kind of at this place. I almost wonder if maybe somebody was like, hey dude, how about you do this and really jack up the ratings? People's really questioning you. They're following you more on Twitter, and stuff like that happens, guys. I mean, I'm sorry. Some of my best videos I put out, and y'all know most likely I'm going to delete this because I haven't really been doing much of me as, hey, how you doing? I'm not doing that much of that, okay? But with that said, the easiest way for me to get a lot of views on my show is to do some of the craziest, dumbest things. And people clicks on it. Clicks on it. I'm just telling you. So... I'm still stuck at number 11 at USC Trojans. So I'm trying not to get a copyright deal here. Basically, he feels like that Slovis, because he threw for 3,500 yards, just really catapulted these guys to the USC of old. And I remember the USC of old. Now, I'm going to tell you this, though I love my Tigers, I want to tell you who I think was the greatest team of all time. Because I was alive and I saw them. 1995 Nebraska. When they drug Florida 62-24 in the Fiesta Bowl. I'm just telling you, I know some of you are going to say, well, what about, USC when they had Leinart? What about last year with LSU? Y'all, let me tell you this. LSU was amazing last year. And Clemson's had some good national championship teams. But that Nebraska 95 team, whoo! They wasn't even supposed to be in the game with Florida and won 62-24. I challenge you. after this video, turn it off and look up the Nebraska versus Florida National Championship Fiesta Bowl and just watch the highlights. Don't watch all the games. Watch the highlights. I know some of you has joined me. I'm actually watching this on my phone, so you know when I'm doing the whole Bobby Dirkens thing, normally I'm doing this and I'm looking on here. I'll go in and try to see who's in here right now. Just kind of flying off the cuff. Hope Pete's all right, man. Pete loves his family. He's like me, man, and we just love our family. We get on here and just act stupid just for fun, man. Hope everything's cool. So not to just have dead air while I look this up and get on my own channel just to see who's in here. That's very odd. By the way, for any of you who don't do this, it is delayed. So I look down and I see myself, and I look up and I see myself live. It is really, really weird. Enough about me. I'm just telling you, if you haven't done this, it's weird as crap. Bunch of you in here, Bubba Clemson, Clemson Carson, Slim Shady Canes. That was a great talk we had a couple of weeks ago. It's funny. T. Davis, that's my boy. What's up, man? Tiger Nation, as I already said, that's my boy. He almost saw us get attacked by a severely drunk man over something that he was completely wrong about. Let's see. Patty Haverly, Robert Summers, David Simon, Will Havator, what's up? Little C7, the Birdman, Nate the Great, Don't Be Late, aka Nate Kingston. It's good to see you. If I missed you in there, it was definitely not personal. I definitely didn't mean to. Clemson Carson says, which player on this year's Clemson team do you think could have a breakout year? Joseph Ngata. I'll tell you this. I'll do A-B for you. Joseph Ngata and Frank Ladson. I'm going to get back to the top 25, but just to answer your question. Ladson was a higher rated recruit than Ngata. And Ngata, in his season, did better than Ladson. And I'm just going to I'm going to tell you, when somebody who's higher rated, it really shows the worth, their weight in salt. When they see somebody who was ranked lower than them come in and outshine them, they're either going to fold up their chair and go home like a loser, or they're going to grow some hair downstairs and they're going to do something. And I'm just telling you, man. I'm just telling you. That's it. Bubba Clemson says Galloway. Galloway's from my hometown, Seneca. He's from my hometown, Seneca. So I hope he does well. All right, so let's jump back into this Phil Steele. So at USC, oh my God. They lost me at Texas A&M, but USC, Lord help me. Texas A&M. Okay, or Texas. Sorry, Texas at 12. Let's go to Texas at 12. Y'all remember that night when what's his face? What's his name? Is it Buechele? No, it's Buechele's at SMU. He left. Sam Ehlinger. Y'all, I'm sorry. It's just been a long week. Sam Ehlinger. He goes, we're back. And then last year happened. What? I mean, he could be the best kid in the world. I don't know. I'm just saying. That was. We're back. Yo, don't. Hey, listen. Don't say that until you are back. You wasn't back because you beat a Georgia team who half the team was pissed they wasn't in the college football playoff. Oh my God, that's awesome. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just doing my thing here. Slim Shady Kane, $5 super chat. Hey, listen, you know who's making the money here. You know who's making the money when he's dropping. He gave over on the Pigskin Peete and Bobby show. He's over here dropping $5. He's out there. I know what you're doing. I appreciate it, Slim Shady. I appreciate it, my friend. Thank you so much, my buddy. $5. He said, "We about to talk again, sir." Any 80s Canes team would thrash 95 Huskers. 01 Canes, the greatest ever. I do believe that they're one of the greatest teams ever. I really do. I really, really do. That was an incredible team. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really, really do. Uncle Luke's in the house. We got Tailgate Talks. Howdy, Bobby Dirkens. May I tell you, Lord be with you. Hope your kids are born fully clothed and ain't naked. That's something Bobby would say. All right, let's get back to this top 25. Texas, that doesn't make sense. Guys, it gets pretty good. I'm just telling you. Florida, number 13. I know that we had already talked about this. Well, let's talk this. I've already said this on it's a shameless plug of a video I'd done a couple of months ago. Can't say it's the best video I've ever done, but I said this. I said, Florida, it's time to piss or get off the pot. You have all these players, you have all this, you have all that. You know, you got it. Year 4 for Mullen? I don't think Mullen's a bad coach. I think Mullen stayed at Mississippi State too long. Another show, another video, yada, yada, yada. Florida, piss or get off the pot, dude. All I'm just going to say is I don't teams have a ton of film on Trask now. On Trask. That means something. You go, that doesn't mean anything, says the person who does not pay attention to football. Film means something because it helps these guys who are paid a lot of money to coach a game that throws the ball around and stuff. And they're thankful that they're being paid a lot of money and would like to keep being paid a lot of money, so they spend a lot of time watching this film. And they figure out tendencies. Look at Trevor Lawrence from year 1 to year 2. Was Trevor Lawrence a better quarterback as a freshman, or was he a better quarterback as a sophomore? I know what you're going to say. Well, he won a national championship as a freshman. Can you really say that he was a better quarterback as a freshman? Well, he got results. Yeah, but they didn't have film on him. Film means something. If you know anybody who's worth their weight in salt, as I'm just telling you, if Trask comes out and he balls, great for him. Great. Fantastic for him. I'm just interested to see because this season really lays on his shoulders. Next up, okay, this is good. This is good. This is good. I should get. I want to see if I have my book here. I do have my book here, and I'm going to show you what it is. For those of you who are listening, I'll tell you what it is. I have my Athlon Sports book. Okay, it's got Trevor Lawrence on the front. There we go. Congratulations on the engagement. You know his girl. You know his now fiance was going, "I'm gonna be rich." She wasn't going anywhere. Let's talk about Wisconsin, just for a second. If you're going to look at rankings, you need to look at who is doing what and why they do what they do. The players they have returning. I know, I'm flipping through this like an old person flips through a family Bible. Just give me a second. Holy crap. Okay, Wisconsin. Let's talk about how many players they returned from last year's team. They returned Jack Cohn, that's their senior quarterback. Jake Ferguson, I think that's Barry Alvarez's grandson. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players on the offense they returned. They lost the majority of their offensive line. Well, Brian or Bobby, they always recruit a good offensive line. You can't. I know you always want to say that they always do, but that always doesn't mean something. That does not always mean something. Let's get to the defense. They returned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players. Okay, that's impressive. All right, that's cool. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. They were 10-4 last year and lost to Oregon in the Rose Bowl. In their losses last year, they got absolutely drilled by Ohio State in their second loss. They lost to Illinois. This is with Jonathan Taylor playing for them. They lost to Ohio State in a well more competitive game in the conference championship. They lost by 1 point to Oregon. Here's the deal. 14, maybe. No higher than 14, I can accept it. That's interesting. Michigan at number 15. Number 15. All right. Michigan has been shoved down our throats for the past 3 or 4 years. Since Harbaugh got there and he got like a year or two under his belt, they're definitely going to be a contender, and they have been nothing but pathetic. Okay, pathetic is an extreme, but when you're sitting there and you have a team shoved down your throat as one of the best teams, this coming year they're definitely going to do this and do that, and they don't do this and they don't do that, and they miss the mark from year one. They miss the mark in year two. You've said it for 2 years now. Maybe you've grown a brain and realized they're not going to do it, or maybe there's a likelihood of, well, maybe we should back them off in the rankings. No, we even go even stronger and say that they're going to be really good, and then they don't. And then you get to a fourth year and you're pushing them down and down our throats, and then this year you go, yeah, guys, I'm tired of looking like a fool. Let's go for number 15. I can accept that. They lost Shea Patterson. Okay, this is where it gets cute. This team, I believe, is probably a team that nobody would really want to play with right now. A lot of teams would be very concerned about playing against them. Just quick, talk to the Paul, may there to you. Matt Dukes, may there to you. Uncle Luke, I think I've told you, hey, but may there to you again. May your wife stay trim and fit, and if she doesn't, may you go blind. Bobby thinks that's a compliment somehow, but I don't know. I see a couple of people in here. Just see. Michael Sachs Jr. said, I just subbed. Well, thank you, sir. I do appreciate that. Thank you. I do appreciate that. I know you've been on our channel. You've been on the Pigskin Peete channel. And I think we've maybe talked before over there, but thank you so much for subscribing. So let's hop right back into here. Number 16, North Carolina. I can believe it, but there's a big hesitation. You say, why would you say you believe it, but there's a hesitation? I could believe that at the end of the season, that Mack Brown gets on this, through the season, Mack Brown gets on this roll. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you this. If they do and I'm not up to date on this right now, y'all please forgive me. But if this whole playing teams twice and playing them from your area, think about this. If North Carolina plays Duke twice, plays NC State twice, and plays Wake Forest twice, I feel quite confident that they can definitely come out of those teams undefeated. They go and play Virginia Tech. I could definitely see them coming out of that at least splitting the match, if not undefeated. So there's 8 games right there immediately. Next closest team that they have to come play would be the Clemson Tigers. And we saw what happened. Got Jordan in here, may there too. It's good to see. Hey, how you doing? Lord, I'm just going to tell you right now, I've had the swimmy head. Goodness. Slim Shady says, Bobby, get off the drugs, sir. I'm going to tell you, I will, but we've got to ask Phil Steele to get off his drugs first. Maybe we have the same dealer. I don't know. No, you go in and you play Clemson, and you're North Carolina. We saw what happened last year. I will tell you what happens what happens when you play a team who is really good and you almost beat them, and they have to hear, that really good team has to hear about it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And people goes, oh, if Matt would have called a different play, oh, would have never made the playoffs. Do you know what happens to that team? They get really pissed. I'm just telling you, man. North Carolina, number 16. I'm going to speed up here just for the heck of it. Number 17. Slim Shady Canes, your favorite team. Miami Hurricanes at number 17. He believes that De'Aaron King is going to be the man. Really does. He says there's a lot of early round talent on the defense. Factors into the team. Here's the thing for me. Here's the thing for me. I try not to be rough on coaches because, first of all, I want y'all to all stop this. Before you look at somebody and go, I can't imagine what it would be like to have to face the criticism these guys face. You realize how much money these guys makes? I mean, they make millions of dollars for a game. Now, I love that game, and you love that game. But think about how hard you work today. Think about how many complaints you took. Think about how many times people has done this or that and blah, 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 blah. And even for some of us who still don't have the money that we feel like with our efforts and the sweat, blood, and tears and the sleepless nights we have. But these guys, at least when they have sleepless nights or when something's written about them in the paper, it's really bad, they can go nestle up to $2 or $3 million at least per year if you're coaching at this level. And Slim Shady Kane says fake news. It's fake news at 17. Where do you think they should be ranked? I will ask that question, and if you can, I don't know if you're on the road or not, sir, so I don't want to put you at risk. My dad used to drive. He used to drive for a very long time. So I don't want to put you at risk here. But if you can answer, tell me where you think they should be ranked. I would like to know. But just to throw this out there, I think a good move for Miami and for North Carolina, could North Carolina end up being in the top 25? I could see them at best being right inside the top 20. Slim Shady Kane says he doesn't see Miami being inside the top 25. If the quarterback situation is solved in the league that they're in, and with the new reposition I say the new reposition, however this is going to play out. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and tell you. I've said it as Bobby Dirkens, but I'm going to tell you, I would not be surprised if if stuff was canceled. I'm just going to throw that out there. There's a part of me that goes, it's definitely there. I've also seen I've also had kind of this feeling that I can see stuff canceled. I mean, I'm not going down that trail. It gets dark. It gets annoying. I think we're all trying to escape it as much as we possibly can. I know I am. Do I care about the issues? Yes, I do care about the issues. But when I have the issues doing this to my head every day, just popping me in the head every day, I can't take it after a while. I just can't. I mean, I just really, really can't. And yeah, so there we go on that. But I could see Miami inside the top 25. Maybe. It's just quarterback play. Is Manny Diaz going to pan out? I'm going to be quite honest. And remember, he's made way more money than you and I have put together times 10. So he doesn't care about what some little YouTuber says about him. All right? He's made a lot of money, and he's in college football, and he's heading one of the most historic programs of all time. But I don't believe so. Watch him come out this year, and they win 10 games. You know, just because I said that, he comes out and wins 10 games. But that's just where it's at. Okay, so moving on. Number 18, Virginia Tech Hokies. Oh, man. Justin Fuente. Justin Fuente is, he was hot stuff at Memphis. Gets to Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech, I don't know, man. I think that 18 is not bad for them, but I think that's maybe a little generous. I say move them on in about number 22 when we're talking. They've got to come out of the funk, Number 19, Auburn Tigers. You never know about Auburn. I mean, when Auburn has all the talent in the world, they go and piss it away. When Auburn comes in, you're like, they're probably going to be number 20. They finish number 13, number 11. They get their fans all hyped up and stuff. Number 20, Tennessee Volunteers. Brother-in-law graduated Tennessee. I don't have a problem with Tennessee. I think Tennessee's a cool team. Was up there back last year. Drove right up to the stadium. It's a really, really cool area. Ate at Ye Old Steakhouse off of Chapman Highway. It's one of the best steakhouses in the country, according to a lot of polls and so on. That's non-Knoxville based. You ought to go there. Enough for supporting them. Tennessee number 20 would be a good ranking for them. Have you seen their schedule? God, it's awful. Number 20 would be good for them. They need it. Number 21, I was a little shocked at this. Now, I'm not going to tell you that I eat, sleep, and breathe Kentucky Wildcat football. I would be lying. I think Sherman Johnson is back after that injury. Y'all forgive me if I'm wrong. I'm sorry, I'll sleep just well if I'm wrong. It doesn't matter to me. But just for the sake of talking, I do believe that he is back, and I'm going to look this up just real quick. Pretty sure he's back after that horrible injury he had last year. And I think that had he been healthy last year, I think there was a great chance that you would saw them do a little better. A little better than what they did. Every time I think about Kentucky, I think about that horrible Belk Bowl. And I think that Bowden guy jumping around, shoving people. And I'm going to say this. Once again, this guy doesn't care what I think about him. And I'm not saying he's a bad person. I'm saying his decision making. It would just blow me away how Mark Stoops let Bowden shove people, start a fight, shove a team official, shove some other official pregame, and still let him play. I'm sorry. I lost a ton of respect for them for that. If that had been Clemson football, I would have turned off the game. And y'all know how much I love Clemson football. That was a punk move, man. That was a punk move. You're not helping that guy in life, by the way. You're not helping him. You're not helping him. So let's see. Terry Wilson will be is the quarterback. So I do believe, yes, Terry Wilson. That's him. I thought for some reason it was Sherman, but it's Terry Wilson. And of course, Joey Gatewood. Everybody forgets Joey Gatewood from Florida, transferred up there. I don't know if he got the waiver from the NCAA. But that was kind of interesting to me to see them ranked number 21. Next, number 22, UCF Knights. USF and UCF, it's like they switch back and forth every couple of years who's going to be a undefeated team, and they come in and play really good football, but that would be really, really interesting. Number 23, Iowa Hawkeyes. I don't care what it is. If you just say, somewhere between 25 and 18, Iowa Hawkeyes are pretty good. Number 24, Oklahoma State Cowboys. Listen, we know who's running the team, and it's not Mike Gundy. So, yeah, all you have to do is, let your team run things. And they did. So, Memphis Tigers at number 25. I have no quarrels about that. Biggest shockers for me. Starting out with Texas A&M. Biggest shocker. So I'm just going to run down this quick. Y'all don't get all freaked out. Texas A&M was a shocker. Penn State, I know that Peete said he didn't have too much of a problem with them at number 10. Yeah, that's all right. USC, very big shocker. Longhorns, a shocker. The lack of position of Florida is a shocker. I would say the Hurricanes and Tar Heels. Tar Heels, I could see them somehow pulling it off. Canes, maybe, I don't know. Volunteers, kind of like lessons. So anyway, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. If we played football today, first of all, that would be cool. That'd be super cool. If we played football today, it would be super cool. We need it. But I can promise you this, that there is a question of an expanded college football playoff coming out. Now, I have been a fan of expanding it to 8. Pigskins a big fan of expanding it to 6. It's all opinions. And 6 and 8, I would take either one of them. Preferably 8, really no more. But with us seeing these the different ways that the conferences are approaching their season and their lineups and who's going to play who and when and how and why, there is a chance that we could see an expanded playoff. And I say that we need it. I think we need it. I think once you start an expanded playoff at 6 or 8 teams, forgive me, my kids are Bobby Dirkens Jr. Bobby Dirkens Jr. is in the background screaming and playing. They're kids, so just have fun. I wish I was in there playing. You're right, Bubba Clemson. Chubba knows best. He knows best. Wait till he gets in the real world and finds out people doesn't care what he thinks. Might be bad for him, but he played his power card. He did exactly what he wanted, and he knew all he had to do was say he wasn't going to play, and Mike Gundy had to apologize for a T-shirt that I went and looked on their website. I was expecting a bunch of Klansmen or something. How they were talking, it wasn't Klansmen. It was just a different point of view. You get in the real world, there's a ton of different points of views, and there ain't nothing nobody can do about it. And if you try to do something about it, there's a problem. But once again, I went down a road I probably shouldn't have. But most of us all are grown adults, and you've already found that out. Chubba probably thinks he's above all of us. So good luck to you, buddy. But we need an expanded playoff, and maybe this is the only way that we get it. I don't know if we would have gotten it in the next 5 years, 6 years, 10 years. But I think this could be the way that we get it ushered in. There are businesses. Now, I'm gonna give you a parallel. Now I'm going to stop talking about this because some of you are going to be like, okay, you're just rambling. I'm not rambling. I'm just really thinking about this. There was a ton of businesses out there who was like, hell will freeze before I start doing a bunch of online businesses. And then Corona hit. And guess what? Man, they were throwing snowballs with the devil. They were doing whatever they had to do to keep money rolling. And it's understandable. I'm not putting them down. I'm just saying it is so interesting to me how people who says, never, 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 we'll take this and take that. And then all of a sudden, they're doing it because they have to do it. We could be seeing a byproduct of this annoying, horrible, sickening pandemic be something that for the long run college football will actually profit from. And when I say profit, I'm not talking about dollars and cents, though it will drive up dollars and cents. I think that we'll end up seeing teams who was left out at 5. Because to me, I'm actually, now Bobby Dirkens, we know Bob. Bobby's just a diplomat. I'm talking about me here. I'm not a genius at math, but I'm pretty good. I'm a math guy. Academically, I'm a math guy. All I have to do is hold up my 5 fingers and go, there's Power 5 conference, but there is only 4 spots in the playoff. Problem. It's a problem. Okay, am I thankful for the 14 playoff versus the other system? Oh, God, yeah. I'm just saying, How many people held up their hands, went to their 5-year-old, their 4-year-old? If I went to Bobby Dirkens Jr. right now and went, okay, we have 5 teams and we only have 4 spots. Do you see a problem? He would look up and go, uh-huh. This doesn't make sense, you know? Maybe we get the problem fixed this way. I don't know. But anyway, all right, well, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. He was on here earlier. I hope everybody enjoyed yourself. Do miss Pete. Pete is just really the cool guy. I'm just just come over here. Normally Pete is the even kill guy. I'm the one who loses my mind on the side. And there was a couple of weeks ago I went on a rant, I think for 5 minutes. Pete even got to sleep. And when he woke back up, I was still ranting, and then he pulled me back in, and I do appreciate that. But I hope Pete is doing all right. I am going to check on him. So everybody go check on him. Leave him a message on his channel or on his Twitter. If you're not subscribed to him, what the crap, he's the man, do that. And check out my channel if you will. And I do appreciate everybody showing up here. Appreciate the super chats and so on. So here's the deal. Y'all stay safe. Let's try to have college football. And yeah, I do appreciate it. We'll see you next week. I will end with a Bobby Dirkens quote. You keep showing up, Lord knows. Even if they tie me up, I'll keep showing out. Bobby Dirkens. But this time it's just Brian. See you next week. Y'all be good.